welcome back to the Mermaid Mask. Last time we collected, all 8 testimonies, and it's quite the fascinating picture so far. The ship lurched at some point in the night, which stirred a lot of people awake. This lady, Mariana Moon, is the newest arrival to the ship. The person to discover the body was Madame Tadpole, who, trying to chase down a suspect, went to the surface of the sub and saw a weird masked figure and a light. Dr. Zephyr was seen carrying suspicious items. Godric Grip and Mariana Moon might have witnessed the murder from underneath the room. Symmetry Silkmoth was the last one to see the ship captain alive. Cynthia Seafoam might have ulterior motives, considering that she put herself in the captain's position immediately. J.D. Werman is just kind of here, I guess. He's an author trying to look for material. And Dirk Dansom is an actor in the movie of Werman's book, who is now stalking Werman, as we learned towards the end of last stream. He's following Werman to give the studio material on what might be next. And our murder victim, Magnus Mortuga, the picture everyone painted is that he's rather stoic. Let's explore the cargo hold. Okay, so...
It's a pinboard.
all of us are right here. She's over here. Over there. Over there. The captain should be nowhere.
Nope.
So, there's a drawing of each of the suspects. Each one needs to be moved to the right place on the board.
That's not it.
Looks like the board's been divided
The
into
shape looks familiar.
Of course. Remember Mariana's...
Nothing.
I'd say me, you, and Mortuga probably shouldn't be in.
Nothing.
I'd say... and Mortuga probably shouldn't be.
Nothing.
I'd say... and Mortuga probably...
I'm so stumped by this puzzle because I'm like, this is supposed to be like a crude map of the ship. So I'm thinking, is it supposed to be a map of where we all are? Because the hint is that we're supposed to be together with Mariana, and the only place where we would all three be together is the cargo hold. Or it could be the rooms we're bunking in, but that's not it either.
I'll do this later.
It's a pizza oven.
No, it's a furnace. For heating the submarine.
Right. But you could put a pizza in there.
Sure. I might as well get her testimony on people.
I first met Tadpole when she was on the road, travelling with a group of performers. She had longer hair back then, of course.
Did you see her perform?
I got to see a rehearsal, but that was it. After that, I joined their camp for the night. Tadpole and I shared some stories.
Also, I forgot to say hi, chat. I hope y'all are doing good.
I'd just been on a research
Hi, Husk.
trip
Hi,
to a town
Exister.
on the
Hi,
coast
Tay.
called Silkworm on Sea. She told me how their group went around performing in local theatres and town halls and whatnot. I mentioned that Silkworm actually had a little theatre that might be a good fit.
How come you didn't stay with them longer?
Their leader was a real bad apple. I was rather keen to be shot of him.
Huh.
I saw Dirk wandering the halls this morning, like he was looking for something. I asked him what it was he'd lost, and he said he couldn't really describe it, but it looked a bit like a gun.
What?
So, something that looks like a gun, but isn't actually a gun.
I can't
Huh.
imagine what he was talking about. I didn't expect to find a fellow herbologist on board. Dr. Zephyr.
Yep, that's fair
really
take.
knows
Gaming
his
but listening. I mean,
rose
this is a
from
game
rosemary.
of
He's a chemist too.
active listening.
Impressive, don't you think?
I don't know. I get the sense his work is more alchemy than chemistry.
He does seem rather secretive about it. I tried asking him about his experiments, but he seemed awfully reluctant to divulge any details.
Sounds familiar?
Worman, I know he once worked as a newspaper journalist. Oh, that's before he changed his name, of course.
Have you read his book, Hex of the Helmsman?
I leafed through it. I must say he's got some good research skills. I'd love to know what his sources were.
What do you mean?
The book is very clearly a loose retelling of the real-life story of one Magnus Mortuga.
Oh.
So, Mariana, what do you make of him? Godric, I mean.
I will say, for someone with such a novel outfit, he's ever so quiet.
Quiet?
You disagree?
I thought his whole thing was to be deliberately obnoxious.
He wasn't like that with you?
Not at all. Whilst showing me around the submarine, he was mostly subdued. Didn't say an awful lot.
Maybe you make him nervous.
Hi, Thomas.
Maybe you make him nervous. Symmetry was the only person I didn't see on my tour of the submarine. I realized later that she'd been with Mortuga at the time.
In the Illusion Theater?
You know what's funny? Nobody else calls it that. They all just call it the storeroom. I'm led to believe Illusion Theatre is a name Miss Silkmoth came up with herself. Rather like how she came up with the name Symmetry Silkmoth.
That's not her real name.
Oh.
It's not her birth name, no. Cynthia Seafoam, the daughter of Harbour Master Sylvia Seafoam.
Okay, real quick tangent, because I'm thinking of the names, because the names always have alliteration. And, like, I guess, okay, yeah, Thomas, this lady's British. Everyone has different accents. This game's fascinating. Also, the music's great. But, everyone has alliteration with the name, where, like, their initials are always, like, double letters. So, Mariana Moons, Symmetry Silkmoth, so on. And there's a part of me thinking, ah, damn, I can do that with my name. I'm not giving my full name to the stream, of course, but like they're, because being Latino, I have first name, middle name, and 2 last names, and using the 2 first, well, I guess it is a middle name, but it's also can be like 2 first names. It's weird, but like there's combinations of these names where I could make the initials PP or the initials AA.
And the stepdaughter of Donovan Drummond, the shipyard owner.
That's a pretty solid nautical heritage.
By all accounts, Sylvia Seafoam was an ambitious and outgoing sailor, but I believe they raised Cynthia to be a mechanic.
Still, sounds like Cynthia actually does have the expertise to be captain.
Who said she doesn't?
So, Mariana, where are you from?
No fixed address. That's the way it's been for some time.
Oh.
Oh, I see.
But you came to Silkworm looking for the Mortuga submarine. How come?
I go wherever I please, which usually amounts to wherever has the most interesting rumors.
I don't want to be rude, but do you ever have to do work to get money?
From time to time. I've taken up work as a tour guide, a historian, a performing storyteller.
But how did you wind up getting onto the submarine? Isn't it a secret?
Well, if it's such a secret, how did you do it?
I got a phone call from Cynthia Seafoam, and she told us to come to Silkworm.
And then the submarine came up to the harbor so we could get on.
Well, there we are. Perhaps that's how I did it, too. Broad shoulders, long arms, good for reaching across a wheel. He had a hard face, but soft eyes. I'd wager he was once a very handsome man.
Do you know anything about his life before the submarine? Like if he had a family?
I'd never heard mention of his parentage, no.
But he lived in Silkworm. Do you know where exactly?
The only record I found lists him as living at the Stonetop Inn and working on board the Stonetop family sailing ship.
As the captain?
As a deckhand, and eventually as the helmsman.
So how'd he end up as the captain of a submarine?
All I could dig up was a rumour that he bought the submarine from the shipyard.
He bought it?
Or maybe he commissioned to have it built. Accounts vary on that.
Either way, how could Mortuga afford to buy a submarine?
My guess is that he didn't pay with money, but made some other kind of trade.
It's crazy suspicious. Alright,
While sit here, I'll show you something amusing. See this photograph on the inside cover?
It's a picture of Worman, isn't it?
If it is, it's a very flattering one.
It's not Worman at all. It's his rather more handsome father, Mayor Damien Dusk.
Get out. Really?
No word of a lie. I believe Mortuga used its light to alert others to the location of the submarine.
did it have to be so scary?
To do such a thing, of course.
That's how it happened with us. Although I guess it was Cynthia, not Mortuga.
You know, for some time now, I've heard stories of sailors seeing a green light in the ocean at night.
Well, I guess you have your explanation.
The problem is, several of the stories predate the Mortuga submarine.
Alright, oh yeah!
This here, that's the Stonetop emblem.
Oh yeah, we saw it on the sign outside the Stonetop Inn. Do you remember, Sally?
No, but I was basically still asleep at that point.
What are those letters above it?
Initials SS.
Stonetop C? Secret stone?
Selina Stonetop,
The owner of the painting?
the painter herself.
Oh.
Now we're getting to it. The reason all of us are here, really.
Oh.
The Silver Snake, the Mortuga submarine. Did you ever stop and wonder, why here? Why this particular part of the coast? It all stems from a single truth. There's something hiding in the water. Something big. Now, it wasn't my intent to cause you any lasting unease. Look, we're merely tourists here, passers-by. Take my advice. Keep your distance from all this, so you can still walk away at the end.
Oh, that's ominous. So, I skimmed videos of playthroughs of the previous two games of this series. The first one's on Steam only. Detective Grimoire and The Secret of the Swamp. The second game is Tingle Tower and is exactly this art style. And the common thread between these games so far is that they involve some manner of cryptid. Although, and so I guess this game's cryptid in question is some kind of sea serpent. Maybe. We'll see how that relates later.
Now, I'd have to assume this is the Stonetop family ship, the dearest Selina.
How do you know it's that ship? Is there a photo of it?
It's evident by the selection of little wooden people on board. The
Oh.
dearest Selina was captained by Felicia Stonetop, that's her there, and one Magnus Mortuga was her helmsman.
What did they use it for?
Oh, I don't know. Fishing? Tourism? General gallivanter?
What about the woman tied to the front?
Well, that's a representation of the ship's figurehead. Oh, it's ZX5. Nice piece of kit. Polycarbonate shell, tactile interface, unusually good battery life. I mean, it's a cell phone. Whose is it?
Dirk Danson.
I suppose that makes the most sense. After all, Mortuga really didn't seem like the cell phone type.
Oh yeah, she had this,
I see you've been enjoying my map.
It's barely a map. It's closer to a list.
What about the family tree on the back?
Most of my research into silkworm has been focused on these two family lines, the Fellows and the Stone Tops.
Oh! Sorry, I just kind of completely forgot. This game really matches the vibe of the Lego I'm building, so this is great. It's good to hear, Thomas. Anyway, I'm going because, like, having caught up with the other games, Tangle Tower is a game that takes place in, like, an elaborate mansion that has, like, two sides to it, and it's two bickering families. The Pointers and the Fellows. So I'm retroactively realizing, oh, this is relevant. What's the Fellow family doing in this game?
Seems like you haven't worked out how Mortuga fits into it. His name is just floating out there by itself.
I'm not sure if he does fit into it, to be honest.
Mariana, you've got a question mark there. Someone you don't know the name of.
Ah, yes. Quite the mystery, you see. I'd heard about.
Okay, Husk, I see your cheeky comment of, gee, a scenario in a manor with family issues? It's just like, well, yeah, man, inheritances and rich people are, like, rife with drama to do stuff with.
We know her name. It's Freya. You're welcome.
Oh, okay, cool. Nice reference to the previous game.
It
Iron
has
Bell?
the smell and feel of something that's been in the ocean for quite some time. Only there's no evidence of it on the surface. No barnacles, no algae.
Maybe it's a type of metal that resists that kind of stuff.
Or maybe someone just cleaned it.
You know, if and when I make a mysterious observation, I'm not necessarily looking for immediate logical explanations.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
This marks a pivotal moment in Silkworm's history, the day the silver snake was discovered. It also shows the two women who found it, Felicia Stonetop, that's her on the left, and Sylvia Seafoam on the right.
Hang on. We saw a statue about this in the town square, but on the statue, the serpent was shown being wrestled by a male fisherman.
Yes, well, that's history for you.
There it is.
Good. I was worried this wasn't going to come up.
What? Cynthia and her family?
The submarine in the background?
Yes and yes. But also no. The best part of this photo is the thing on the left-hand side. It's in a glass tank. Do you see it?
Barely.
Is it a snake?
It's the silver snake, also known as the silkworm serpent. Oh, you've heard of it?
We might have. But what's it doing in the photo?
So, that submarine in the background. The silver snake is the reason that was built. Sylvia Seafoam, pictured there in the fancy jacket, she was quite fond of her serpent friend, you see, but the powers that be were demanding she hand it over to be studied. So Sylvia made a plan to go and live in a submarine and take the silver snake with her.
That's,
Oh.
quite ambitious.
Wait, so the sea serpent would also be living in the submarine?
Well, I don't have all the details. It's something I'm still researching. It carries something of the cadaver about it. Might be the smell, rust and stagnant seawater. perhaps it came from the ocean. Have you asked Madam Tadpole about it? Ah,
Actually, this is gonna be annoying, but
a
okay.
merciful cloak.
Yes, he is.
How much she descends into
So-
eternity.
What was he like?
Nice guy. He tells me to after a little
What do you
the
mean?
lies him. He tells me so. Neither of them Captain Mort. He asks
Yep, 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 yep.
Mr. Grin now.
Imagine my excitement to finally get a good look around the Mortuga submarine. I was even given a tour by one of Mortuga's subordinates, a Mr. Godric Grin.
Okay, so that's the mess hall.
We began by visiting a bizarre laboratory known as the Dream Chamber. It smelled of dried herbs and dusty glass, but was devoid of its dream.
Okay,
contagion.
that's where the dream chamber is.
An early disappointment. The captain's cabin.
Captain's quarters is all the way
Mr.
over
Grin,
here.
He climbed down into the living quarters, where a pair of bunk rooms first smelled of crane dust and unwatered flowers. A young she hasted a second bunk room was next on the tour, a room inhabited, by the looks of things, the room at the very... Perhaps you'll agree with me, dear reader, when I suggest the peculiar Mr. Grin took next door outside. Clearly wish we continue. Tadpole and I call...
Right. So, yes.
It's a pinboard.
Okay, so that's probably what I was getting wrong, is that this guy goes here, she goes there, these two are there, she's over here, she's over there, he's down here, we're together here in this room, and the captain is nowhere, because he's dead.
That was right.
I'm impressed. Nothing happened.
What were you expecting?
Normally, when we complete a puzzle, something unlocks and we get a new clue.
Yeah, we've been conditioned to expect it.
If it's a clue you want, take a look on the back of the pinboard.
What's this?
Hello? Waylaw Wolf. Oh, Waylon. The fuck is this?
Ah,
When did you take this photo?
says it right there. On the night of a full moon.
How come that guy has glowing red eyes?
Perhaps it's because of his demonic essence.
Or you used a flash?
Perhaps it's because I used a flash.
Who's the woman in the ball?
Well, that's no woman. That's a mermaid slumbering in an ethereal bubble.
You're not gonna tell us, huh?
Mr. Grip's balloon basket. Who are these guys?
Just some of my satisfied customers.
Who are these guys?
Just some of my satisfied customers.
Alright, let's get your,
I'm convinced
Testimonies.
Tadpole's just branding. Nobody names their child Tadpole. Come on.
Why would she need branding?
You're serious? She's all branding. The name, the look, the identity as a half mermaid, it's all theatrics.
I just don't get why she'd need to have a fake identity like that.
No, she doesn't. Not anymore. It's vestigial, I think. Left over from some previous endeavor.
huh.
Weird, isn't it? Bringing your old branding with you onto the submarine. What would be the point?
I noticed Dirk seems to be trying to tell Werman what to write in his book.
Is he just trying to make sure Worman gets it done? Or is he trying to get him to write it in a certain way?
A little of both, I'd wager.
Maybe he's in league with Worman's publisher.
Dirk? That can't be right. If I recall correctly, he told me he worked for something called, oh yes, thank you, Cornelius. Wit and Whimsy, that was it. But I'm not sure what
It's a movie production company. It's owned by Vincent Van de Peer. He's a director and producer.
Well, someone's well informed.
Vincent once went location scouting in the swamp where I worked as a gift shop sales clerk.
Ah, of course.
That's from the first game.
What'd you make of old Dr. Zephyr? Not a fan?
There's been some speculation that his experiments may be dangerous or even harmful. Although it's hard to be sure, since he seems so reluctant to admit what they actually are.
You don't even know? I would have thought, since you've both been here for a while.
Well, yes, Zacharias was one of the only 2 souls aboard the submarine when I arrived, but he never made me feel especially welcome, and he certainly wasn't keen on me poking around his dream chamber. In fact, he always seemed somewhat wary of me, like my arrival was going to scupper his plans in some way.
Huh.
I guess Zephyr and Mortuga weren't expecting anyone else to show up.
I will say, in the last day or so, Symmetry does seem particularly somber.
Because of Mortuga's death?
Yes, the problem seems to be that she considers herself a kind of catalyst.
Does she?
Oh.
Well, I believe she'd been working on some new project, and shortly before Mortuga died, Symmetry shared this project with him.
And?
And then he dies. It's probably just bad timing.
What kind of project was it?
I really have no idea. What's that? Oh, yes. Cornelius tells me he saw Symmetry drawing something while in the mess hall. A poster, apparently?
Oh, we have that poster.
I never got the details out of either of them, so I can't confirm this. But I believe Worman was invited onto the submarine by Mortuga himself.
Really? Why?
It's very strange. I can't for the life of me imagine why Mortuga would bring a journalist on board.
Worman's an author, not a journalist.
Well, he used to be a journalist. He wrote for the local newspaper. And I will say he doesn't seem to have lost the instinct to always be on the lookout for a story. Young Cynthia seems quite convinced that she should be the new captain in the wake of Mortuga's death.
Sounds like you don't agree.
Well, now, I didn't say that. It's just...
You don't think she's up to the task?
On the contrary, from what I've seen, Cynthia is a remarkably bright and capable young woman. So much so that I bemoan seeing her spend her best years hidden away down here in the dark.
It doesn't have to be permanent. She could be captain for a little while and then go do something else.
That's a fair worry. This is an 18-year-old who's putting herself in this position,
You know,
well, at
there
18.
was something I noticed while giving Mariana a tour of the submarine. Soon after we entered the bilge, she whipped out her tobacco pipe with a strange kind of urgency.
Did she smoke it?
Well, she put it in her mouth, but she didn't light it. What's that, Cornelius? You've never seen her light it? Well, now you mention it.
Yeah, probably not a good idea to smoke inside a submarine anyway.
Yes, and Mariana seems like such a stickler for health and safety regulations.
I mean, not to sound this pessimistic, but it could also be. I feel like that could be a cheeky thing about the ESRB, because that would technically count as drug use and raise this game's age rating.
Before this thrilling little jaunt on the Mortuga submarine, I'd lived in Silkworm all my life. I worked for my father and eventually inherited his business. Gorman Grip's nautical and aeronautical precision measurement and navigation instruments.
Snappy title.
I eventually trimmed the name down to just Mr. Grip's Emporium. That was around the same time I hired young Cornelius here as a much-needed second pair of hands.
He's a stick. He does not have hands.
Yes, running that business was my whole life for many years. Slow, sometimes tedious work, but I was extremely good at it. I especially relished in the task of deciphering and restoring old maps. The more decrepit they were, the more I enjoyed it.
And now you live in the engine room of a submarine. Must be a big change.
Yes and no.
Well, yeah, he's a cartographer. He's helping.
He lived and worked in the inn opposite my emporium. I'd see him when I offered my custom at the inn, and in return, he'd come by my shop. As a sailor, Mortuga shared in my interest of nautical navigation. He even hired me for a job once.
Did he tell you he was planning to go live on a submarine?
I don't think
Oh,
he
what the
told
heck?
anybody. After his disappearance, all I had was several largely unsatisfactory rooms.
Sorry, chat, I just got caught off guard because it's sunny outside and yet I heard thunder.
They said he disappeared into the sea, whatever that was supposed to mean. The first time I laid eyes on his eponymous submarine was when it rescued me from my fallen balloon. I can't tell you how surprised I was to see Magnus Mortuga step out into the foredeck, although he wasn't quite the same man I'd known before.
How do you mean?
The light in his eyes was dulled, like he wasn't really there.
What had happened to him?
Well, I'd never found out, but you know, perhaps the rumors were
Oh.
true after all.
Yeah, it's
Perhaps
thundering.
he had disappeared into the sea.
Like, I can see in the corner of my window the dark clouds, but, like, it is objectively bright out, so